It's time to get week 14 of the SFL. Season 23 started this evening from the Quarry in Lexington, Kentucky, as the Lexington Miners play host to the Carolina Skyhawks. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is the one and only Gerald Smith, sporting a snazzy purple shirt tonight. Our stats crew, Michaela Forker and Tyler Falk. Along with our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine, you're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Gerald, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing great. This game right here is almost, it should have a playoff type atmosphere because both these teams are jockeying for position, playoff positioning. I think it actually means a lot more to the Lexington Miners that they get a win, because a loss could very well knock them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think a loss would definitely knock them out of the playoffs. And you mentioned it being a playoff atmosphere. I couldn't agree more. But speaking of playoffs, these two teams actually met in the playoffs back in season 20. Carolina knocking Lexington, at that point, the Tulsa Desperados, out of the playoffs with a 23-20 win. Lexington came back in season 22 and beat the snot out of them, 52-17. Now rebranded, obviously, as the Lexington Miners. The first time these two teams faced off under these brands, but Lexington probably still has a sour taste in their mouth about that playoff loss, and they're not going to be knocked out of the playoffs once again before they even get there by losing to Carolina. So we'll see what they're able to do. Is Carolina's going to get the ball first, wearing is this like a Chris Curtis inspired albino uniform they got going on?
It looks like they got logos all over the place by one of your favorite names. It had
oh yeah, Bachagalupi with the return. Yes sir, the name's so long it barely fits on the nameplate.
And he's sporting that neck roll, neck bulge.
Yeah, well, former tight end, so he's, I don't know.
He's, I feel like I might put that on every one of my players, just so.
Yeah, just make them all wear a neck roll.
Yeah, I feel like it gives them superpowers.
I think you're ridiculous. So Carolina's offense on the field to get this one started for us. Matt South at quarterback, Riley Quintero and Harish Prasad at halfback, Hattori Hanzo, the fullback. Going to hand this one off to Quintero on first down, 5-yard pickup. The wide receivers are Chase Earl, Chris Curtis, and Christian Bachagalupi. The tight end, Vince DeSantis. At tackle, we've got Kate Palmer. At guard, Ricky Rigatoni. And at the other guard position, Chris Cross. Second down and 5, I formation for the Skyhawks. And this one off, going straight up the gut, Harish Prasad with the carry, pickup of 3, third down and 2.
Look, and they got themselves in a third and manageable right here, right? And they've actually been rushing the ball very, very well, right? Just on the season right here, Harish himself has 400 yards on the ground, averaging 4 yards a carry. And Riley Quintero's got almost 800 yards, and him himself is carrying the ball for 4 yards a carry. Hattori Hanzo,
Hattori Hanzo, what a run. Deaf arming his defender into oblivion there, picks up the first down.
Only his 9th carry of the game, and he just
season
straight. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
one of the same thing.
Well, kind of.
And he did it to the boogeyman, which is surprising.
Matt South, his first pass attempt of the night. Speaking of the boogeyman, there he is, right on cue. Tony Roberto. You said is he leading the league in sacks?
No, he's leading
second?
the league in TFLs. I think he's tops in the league in TFLs. No, he's number 2 in the league in TFLs.
Second down and 14.
But he redeems himself with a sack on that last play.
South throwing off his back foot. What a throw, what a catch. Chris Curtis getting involved in on the action. Picks up the first down. South was like about to get sacked.
He was under some stress right there. The pocket started collapsing around him. Knew he had to get it off, but Chris Curtis with a great route to get himself open in just enough time for Matt South to see him, and they able to pick it up.
Fresh set of downs for the Skyhawks as they approach midfield. South to throw once again. Has time. Pocket collapsing. Gets it into triple coverage to Chris Curtis once again.
What another throw and catch. And it just shows you how Carolina has been playing right over the course of the last 5 games that they've actually played, right? They find themselves in very good positions. Matt South making those timely throws. He doesn't have the all gaudy stats and everything else. I think most of that was, most of his terrible stat, shall I say, was actually on the first half of the season. And now they've had some, corrective action and stuff right here, and they're actually doing really, really well.
First down and 10 from the 34. Draw play. This one back down to Quintero. Bottom with only a 2-yard gain as we look at the Lexington Miners defense. Chris Andrews, Berto Demora, Mike Bello, and Jaden Swift on the defensive line. David Ware, Philadelphia Collins, and Tony the Boogeyman Roberto at linebacker. Nate Heslip, Jay Rock, Cameron Shaw at corner. Travis Arthur and Marco Swift are the safeties. Quintero once again with the carry, picks up 6, 3rd and 2 for the second time this drive.
Yeah, and they're finding themselves in very, very manageable third downs. You know, they're staying ahead of the chains and everything else with everything that they're doing. So they're looking really, really good right here on their first drive.
They're down and 2, getting bottled up behind the line, but getting past the line to gain. Harish Prasad gets the first down, keeps the drive alive. Currently just shy of double-digit plays on this drive. Gerald, we're at 9.
Yeah, and Harish on that last play making himself a little bit skinny to squeeze through to pick up the first down, and they're right on the edge of the red zone.
First down and 10 from the 20.5 south towards the end zone. Picked off. Intercepted at about the 3.
Oh, my God!
Breaks tackles. One man to beat. It's going to be a 97-yard pick 6. And Lexington, after that long drive by Carolina, scores first. Touchdown Miners.
Nate Heslip comes up huge with his 6th interception of the season and his first pick 6 of the season in a huge fashion. Just as Carolina was going down in dominant fashion, he comes in, steps in front of the wide receiver, picks off, and has the toughness and ability to break a tackle and outrun the big offensive lineman to put points on the board here at home.
Wow, that is our breakaway play of the game. Brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia breakers and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. The first incompletion for South goes for a pick 6. Incredible. I mean, Gerald, Carolina looked like it's always too difficult to, like, I don't know, make a proclamation about the game that early. But Carolina looked like they were going to be unstoppable based on how they were performing on that first drive. Just methodically moving the ball down the field. The run game was working, the pass game was working, until suddenly it wasn't. And man, what a way to flip the game on its head early on.
And they did it in probably the most dramatic type fashion as well. When you pick a ball off, that's one thing, but when you pick it off and you return it for a touchdown.
Yo, these were sold out everywhere. Then my eBay alerts went off. Got them. Felt lucky, so I looked up some more heat. Now those are on the way from a dude in Indiana. Thanks, bro.
First down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
eBay.
Carolina back on the field.
Practicing all areas of injury law. Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers.
Running up the middle, picking up a 4-yard gain.
And that's a very, very good start right there to this drive again as they look to rebound from that interception. You know, getting on first down, getting 4 yards right here, which is what their running backs are averaging on the season right now, about 4 yards a carry.
I formation on second down and 6. South up top. Gets that one complete to Vince DeSantis, getting the tight end involved, moving the chains once again.
Yeah, Vince DeSantis coming through. And after, he knew exactly where the sticks were, right? He grabbed it and got just right past the sticks and is able to kind of bring that ball in to reset the downs as they start inching toward midfield.
3-receiver set from the 40. Oh, fumble. Wow, recovered by Hattori Hanzo. Otherwise, man, that could have been disaster.
Hattori Hanzo was the safety right there because he got hit and dropped the ball. That could have been another scoop and score type situation for Lexington, and they could have very well Carolina could be looking at being down 2 scores.
Second down and 9 from the 41. South over the middle, targeting Chase Earl that time, and getting the completion. Back into Lexington territory they go. This drive looking very similar to their first drive. Hopefully for their sake, it doesn't end like their first drive.
Look, and that looked very, very similar to the pass or the look that Matt South was going for near the end zone right there, because he was looking for Chase Earl right there, wide receiver. I know a lot about, having played with, with me in St. Louis and Louisiana, but coming right there, but he's able to get that good look and actually get the ball to Chase Earl for a completion.
DeSantis moves to the top of the formation. Ball is handed off to Quintero. He'll pick up 7.
Man, they're doing some good right here, right? Like they found something, that is working, and it seems like they're just marching right back down the field. But they're going to have to be careful as they start get back down here, because just as the last drive went, the Lexington defense kind of tightened up.
Sure did. Going down to Hattori Hanzo. He'll pick up a couple, set him up with a 3rd down and 1. They looked pretty efficient on 3rd downs on that first drive. See if they're able to convert this one here. So far they've had a couple of 3rd downs. Both of them were 3rd and 2s. Converted both of those before throwing the untimely pick. On this 3rd down, they pretty easily pick up the first, going back down to Quintero. He'll pick up a few, move the chains.
Yeah, look, and he was actually hit the edge right there and just got a burst of speed to get himself right past the first down marker. And there, look, and I do think they're actually in field goal range right now, but they just need to keep it up.
From the 31, South to throw over the middle, gets it to Earl, and gets a first down at about the 20-yard line, maybe up to the 19. And Gerald, this is about where they were the last time when disaster struck.
Right, and look, and even though Nate Heslip, right, had got that pick 6 before, they're still going to the side right there where Nate Heslip is, and they're actually throwing the ball more to, Chase Earl as well.
Total play count so far, 18-0, as the 19th play goes for no gain. So far, we have yet to even see the Lexington offense as we hit the 2-minute mark in the first quarter.
And being up 7-0 is kind of, them winning. It's pretty odd to even say that you haven't seen the offense come out. Money Manning is sitting on the sideline.
Yeah, he's sitting on the sideline, just waiting to go.
Oh, the
Harish
boogeyman.
Prasad, got leveled by the boogeyman. Harish bouncing back to his feet, which is good to see. He's known to
die.
He's known to take a little breakaroo or two.
I think he just quits on his team. I don't want to play anymore.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go home. Yeah. Hey, I get hit by the boogeyman. I'd probably want to quit.
I wouldn't get back up.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm retired.
That's a very large human being.
Yeah, I don't. It's like getting hit by a truck. South rolls out left, quick pass left, gets it to Earl, breaks the tackle, and just shy of the end zone. First down and goal from the goal line.
Wow, what a catch right there by him, and he was able to spin off the attempted tackle by Heslip right there. And he just kind of does it, and then he tries to do a spin move right there to try and get by Travis Arthur. I don't know why he didn't try to just run through him or juke him. He spun, and it made him vulnerable.
Touchdown saving tackle by Travis Arthur. I didn't even see him. He blended in with the end zone. South to throw from the goal line.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Tried to hit Hattori Hanzo, but wow, Gerald, that's crazy. After throwing a pick 6 to end their first drive, throwing it from here when you have Riley Quintero in the backfield.
Yeah, and now that I think they fooled no one with that pass attempt right there from inside the one. I mean, you got to give it to your running backs who are getting over 4 yards of carry.
Sam Gash in at fullback now. It'll go down to Quintero.
He stopped him.
Stopped again.
Wow, David Ware coming through and knocking him down right there at the one. And now this is a huge 3rd down right here. I think they wasted a down on first down. If they don't get this, they're going to be kicking themselves in the behind.
Updated play count, 23-0. 40 seconds from the end of the first quarter. Crowd on their feet here in Lexington. South under center. Hattori Hanzo in at fullback. Going to hand it off to Quintero, who dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point away from tying this one up.
Very, very good choice right there by the running back. Wyatt saw a little bit of a sliver open. He's just going to dive right to it. Don't keep running because Philadelphia Collins was coming right at him to potentially take his head off.
And Roberto's out there somewhere.
Right. Look, I was going to say that. Don't run to the boogeyman's side because bad things potentially could happen. But good for Carolina, able to rebound after that pick six to be able to drive down and score.
Extra point is up and good, and all things tied up here. 14 play, 70-yard drive, taking 5.5 minutes off the clock. Carolina has had the only 2 drives so far this ball game, taking up 9 minutes and 34 seconds. We're about to see Lexington's offense for the first time.
He literally took up almost the entire first quarter.
Yeah.
Minus the pick six.
And the ball safely kneeled down in the end zone, because if he had taken that out just the way this game's gone so far, he probably would have fumbled that one. Carolina would have covered and stayed on offense.
It would have been great. Honestly, I think it would have been great to see one team have the ball the
whole game, and then somehow still lose.
Yeah, pick sixes galore.
Offense never once hits the field, and it doesn't matter. They lose anyway. But no, that's not the case. We got Kenny Slider, the quarterback, and wow, fired out like a rocket. Phoenix Jones looking fresh. Why? Because he's been just sitting there for 9 minutes waiting to play. And one play later, the first quarter is about to end.
He gets a 7-yard run.
Can we see 2 Lexington snaps in the first quarter?
I think we're going to get it.
Slider with 2 seconds. What he does, he hands it off, and Deion James gets the handoff. 3rd down and 1. All right, so 23 offensive plays for Carolina, 2 for Lexington, but it's all tied up here from the quarry. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. We got Michaela Forker. We got Tyler Falk with us on stats tonight. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios on production. Got a good one here so far, 7 apiece. 1 from a pick six, 1 from a very methodical drive. Carolina had 2 very good offensive drives that just couldn't quite get all the way to the end zone. Who's this?
Yeah, like what?
Who is this Phoenix
Jones? Dude, he just fired out of a darn cannon right there. Yeah. And it was nothing but a simple dive. Very, very good blocking right there up front by their offensive line to create such even a little bit of a gap right there for Phoenix Jones. Run right through. Look at this.
Going down
to
Gabriel Manning. I think that's his first carry of the season. So I was looking at fourth carry of the season. Oh, okay, yep. Yeah, he's had a few. No rushing touchdowns for him. He's only a few touchdowns away from hitting 100 on his career. Did you know that? See if he can maybe get some of those tonight. Oh, speaking of, Gabriel Manning with the one-handed jumping catch, because why not? He's just a flashy guy.
He's just a flashy guy, and people who know and have been in the league a while know Gabe Manning has always command such a high salary. And usually when you have guys command such a high salary, they don't live up to. Gabriel Manning has lived up to the hype and the money they pay him every single season. One of the most electric players ever to step foot on the SFL gridiron.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember, was it 2 seasons ago, the Aztecs gave Jeffrey Daggs a hefty salary, and you did not let me forget that, as you constantly made fun of him for not having good stats.
Yeah, and I'll say it, he was terrible. It was terrible, and you guys lost us. So it's
leading the league in forced fumbles this season.
Well, he's doing good. You take a pay cut, you make him earn
it. You want that money back, son? You gotta fight. 2nd down and 8. As the backfield gets cleared out for Lexington, Slider back to throw, has time, rolls right, deep down the middle, and that one's incomplete. Starting offense for Lexington, Kenny Slider, the quarterback. We've seen Phoenix Jones and Deion James, the halfbacks. Lars Bazar is at fullback. You got Alexander West, C.J. Parrish, and, of course, Gabriel Manning at wide receiver. DJ Bandit is the tight end. And number 69 on the offensive line, Phoebe Collins, is someone to keep an eye on, too. Trips formation to the bottom. Slider goes to the bottom, throws to the top, hits Jones in stride, picks up the 1st down up to the 30.
I don't think I've seen a better route run by a running back and a better pass thrown by a quarterback. Watch how he throws him open right there. Throws it to a spot. Yep. Phoenix Jones runs and gets it. That's an amazing route run and a pass throw by Kenny Slider right there.
First down and 10 now. About the ball at the 31-yard line. Slider goes up top to Bizarre. He'll only pick up a yard. On the defensive line, L.J. Hobbs, Christopher Colon, May Carter, and Phil Hall for the Skyhawks. At linebacker, Danny Stinson, Mojo McLean, and Shravan Prasad. Tristan Hatley, T.D. Jack, and Davidson Joseph are the corners. Skippy Curtis, Mike Ryan, and Ibari Amon Eglin at safety. A punishing run by Jones.
Danny Stinson just ate dirt because Phoenix Jones says, nah, dude, get off me. Get to the ground as he runs, you know, for quite a few yards here. He just put him right in the dirt.
Hit him with a pickaxe.
And the hammer.
They're down in 3. Need to get it to the 21 to keep the drive going. Throws it down to the bottom, and that one is incomplete. Tried to get it out to Alexander West. Looked like the timing was just a little bit off, and Takeda Yuki trotting onto the field for the field goal.
Oh, man, but you have quality running backs right here. I'm not sure why they didn't try to run it because they had very good success running the ball on this drive. I don't know why they didn't try to run the ball there. But look, here they are. Look, they're attempting this field goal with a chance to take the lead.
Field goal is on its way, and it is good. No. Oh, okay, it is good. Yeah, there's injury on the play. An injury that scared the scoreboard operator so much he did not update the score.
Yeah, he's just looking down. Who knows?
Like, oh no.
They might have had to bring in the Carolina scoreboard operators, and he was afraid for his person.
Sam Adams.
On the ground. Is he any relation to the Sam Adams that makes the beer?
Yeah, well, is it a beer or a lager, or is it the same thing? I don't know. I'm not really a beer guy.
I don't know. It's all beer to me.
Yeah, who knows? Hey, the SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to 14, 2025. You can join the SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out over Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room at the special group rate at simfl.net. Tyler Falk in the stats truck, drinking beer, confirmed. I don't think you're allowed to drink on the job, but he is. Who knows? And he's upset about his Sam Adams going down.
Yeah, when you're on the road, man, we got loose rules, you know.
DJ
especially
Bandit.
with us, right? We actually travel with chefs.
That's true. DJ Bandit, although our chef is off tonight, which is sad. DJ Bandit in the chat says drink one for him. Drink one for Sam. That run picks up another first down for the Skyhawks.
Hanzo having a good run right here. He has not. This is his second carry of the game. And look, and he's actually only had, that's his 10th carry on the season, and he's got almost a quarter of his runs on the season just in tonight's game.
Delay handoff, running right into the waiting arms of Roberto is Quintero. Still picks up 5, second down.
I just don't know why any human being would willingly do that, but Quintero, the way he's been running, I don't think he cares who's in front of him. He'd get yards by any means necessary.
Run up the right-hand side. This time actually go for a loss of 1 as Philadelphia Collins gets credited with the TFL. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Right, and this is going to be one of the longer type 3rd downs right here for the Carolina Skyhawks right here. So we're going to see how they're going to handle this. And it looks like Lexington's playing man. Oh,
South is going to take it himself. Gets the first down and more. Moves the chains. Keeps the drive alive.
Watch a Matt South right here break the pocket, and he decides to play tough guy and try to stiff arm a person, which I don't agree with. Cameron Shaw, he tried to stiff arm, and he's still able to kind of put an arm out, keep him off just a little bit, and get himself a few extra yards.
This run goes once again straight up the gut. Philadelphia Collins waiting for it and gets the tackle after a 2-yard pickup. Carolina trailing in this one for the second time in the second half of quarter number 2. Once again, though, another methodical drive, Joe.
Yeah, and they're doing well right here. I don't know why they're going empty set right here on 2nd and 8, but if it proves fruitful, then
South over the middle into about quadruple coverage, and that one falls harmlessly to the turf. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and now we're going to see how they're going to react to their very first 3rd and long. The last 3rd down they had, which was just, a few plays ago, it was 3rd and about medium-ish. This is a 3rd and long type situation, and they're coming out in the quads.
South to throw on 3rd down.
What a throw.
Hits Chris Curtis on the right-hand post. And another injury as Philadelphia Collins goes down this time. He will be taken off to the sideline. We'll see if we can get an update on Collins as he walks off the field under his own power.
Man, that is not good right there. Philadelphia Collins is one of their studs on defense and the linebacking core right there. These guys have one of the best linebacking cores in the league, and to lose him is going to be very, very huge for them in stopping the run.
First down and 10 from the 33. Chris Curtis moves up to the top. Another delayed handoff. Wow, Quintero breaking a tackle. Not able to pick up a ton. Nets 3, 2nd down and 7.
But they're just working themselves down the field right here. You know what I mean? Got a good setup for them right here, right? And looks like they got, like the fullback right there in the backfield in this quad type setup.
South over the middle. That pass is incomplete. Not even sure who he was quite targeting there, Gerald. And just kind of fell into wide open grass, 3rd and 7.
It looked like he overthrew Chase Earl right there because he did have a step, made a very good move right there, but just wasn't able to. He put a little bit too much heat on it.
4 receiver set on 3rd down. South to throw again. As time fires towards the 10. Finds Earl this time and tackled at the 4. First down and goal for the Skyhawks.
Right, and they have such a connection in the passing game right here with Chase Earl, right? Finding it, and it's a very, very good throw. He underthrew it slightly, seeing where the DB was and allowing Chase Earl to kind of, get almost somewhat of a slightly back shoulder type catch, but here they are back inside the 5 for 1st and goal.
South changing the play at the line. I formation for the Skyhawks. South to throw down to the bottom and nearly throws another interception. And Gerald, it was almost picked off by the boogeyman. He ain't fast, but I bet you based on that formation, everybody bunched in the middle, Roberto could have taken that to the house if he had gotten it.
Yeah, definitely, because all they had was big bodies out there, right? And when the boogeyman steps in front, if the boogeyman's anywhere around it, I mean, you got to know he's going to get his hands somewhere in and around the ball. So I don't know why you would throw on that there.
Quintero on the ground, dives into the end zone once again. Touchdown for the Skyhawks. And they take the lead for the first time in this one.
Very, very good idea right there. I get what they're trying to do on the first down right. They are trying to catch Lexington off guard with what they're going to do in their game plan, but then they come out and they actually, pull a couple offensive linemen right there with a little bit of help from the fullback as well. Get out front, create a little bit of a hole for Quintero to dive right in the end zone as they retake the lead.
The Carolina Skyhawks family took a big hit yesterday, Gerald, is Hattori Hanzo, who's the player led by Shan Varner, our friend Shan in the league. His beautiful wife, Amanda Varner, tragically passed away yesterday. A huge, huge loss to the Varner family. I've spoken with Cole Varner, Shan's son, many times, and he used to be the kicker for the Aztecs. My heart goes out to to Shan and his children, the whole family. I can't fathom what he's going through. I know your wife and my wife are our rocks. They are our lives. It's a unspeakable tragedy. Shan, we feel so immensely in pain for you, and we wish you nothing but the best and are thinking of you at all times right now. Can't imagine what you're going through, and we love you, Shan.
Yeah, and I've actually, in the past, I've spoken to Shan and knows how much he actually cared for his whole family, and everything he did was for the support and the love of his family, and and everything they did. So I know, it's tough to lose a loved one so close, to you like that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely tragic.
Heart goes out to Shan and the family, and and hope they can heal from this in time.
I know Shan's wife, Amanda, was actually born in Anchorage, Alaska. And Shan last night able to go outside and see the northern lights up in the sky. And, maybe a little bit of a message from Amanda, just letting Shan know, everything will be okay. And they'll find a way to all get through it together and keep moving forward.
Definitely.
Very difficult to do. Carolina will get the ball back after a punt from Lexington. And maybe Hattori Hanzo will get the opportunity for some more carries here in this one as the Skyhawks up 4 at the 2-minute warning. Get another shot at putting up some points.
Yeah, well, Hattori Hanzo has had almost a quarter of his season carries in the game tonight. So it seems like they're, they're possibly trying to feed him a little bit as they get down, toward the goal line and everything else.
All right. So Carolina's offense on the field. Lexington will get the ball to start the second half, which is only fitting because they didn't even get the ball in the first quarter more than two snaps. See what they're able to do here on this 2-minute drill. They start with it at their own 40-yard line now after a 1-yard loss. South on the field. Under center. Harish Prasad gets another carry, gets it back to the original line of scrimmage as we get our first look at the team stats so far in this one. All Carolina. Lexington's only needed basically one drive to get a touchdown on the field goal.
Carolina has more than tripled their yardage.
Yes.
It's insane.
Pick 6 will cost you.
Oh.
Chase Earl gets that catch over the middle. Carolina will burn their first time out.
Chase Earl is finding himself open quite a bit right here from, pass from Matt South. And credit to Matt South right there for having to, actually creating a little bit of space for himself to find Chase Earl open.
From the 43-yard line. South to throw. Quick pass down the right side, nearly picked off again. Tried to get it out to Chase Earl. They target him quite a bit and cost them. That's who they were targeting on the pick 6. They were going back down to Earl. Chris Curtis, the leading receiver on the team on the season, but right behind him is Earl coming into tonight's game. 28 receptions, 381 yards, and a pair of touchdowns.
That was almost another pick right there, and who knows what would have happened if that would have been picked off.
South to throw. Quick pass again. Speaking of getting picked off, it just did. Taken away again. And Marco Swift able to jump in front of that one. Lexington getting the ball back. We'll see if they're able to do something off it. They've got that double dip opportunity here, Gerald, as they could potentially score, get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Yep, and Marco Swift was actually the DB who dropped the interception on the previous play. He didn't drop that one. Got Lexington back the ball, and now we're gonna see what they're gonna do with like a minute left, or are they just gonna just run out the clock with a minute left, or what?
Well, they're gonna go back down to Phoenix Jones. He's been a hot hand so far in this one. He picks up 7. They'll call their first timeout. You know, I don't hate it. I mean, I know there's only a minute and they're well on their own side of the territory, but Jones has looked good. You know, just waiting for him to break a big one away. Gabriel Manning looks like in the backfield on this second down.
Gabe Manning has 1 target, 1 catch.
Well, they didn't have the offense on the field the whole first quarter. I mean, give them time, man.
I guess. I mean, he went down and got a field goal on the last drive. He had 1 catch on that drive.
Slider over the middle. Getting a completion, calling another timeout. 1 remaining.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure. They kind of cut away a little bit quick there. I'm not exactly sure who it actually went to right there. It looked like Money Manning, but I can't be 100% sure.
Manning was in the backfield.
Well, it was a dude.
One of them guys got a catch.
Maybe C.J. Parrish possibly got that catch.
At midfield. Slider with a nice completion over the top. Final timeout called.
They're moving down the field in a very, very quick fashion here.
Big chunk plays here.
And they're probably in field goal range right here, kind of with that last catch right there. I mean, and they've been calling their timeouts, and they don't have any left right now.
Yeah,
so
they're used up.
We're gonna see how they're gonna do and how they're gonna manage the clock with no timeouts.
45 seconds to go here in the first half. Slider over the middle, and this is where it's gonna get kind of hairy if you get these tackles in the field of play. We'll see him spike it. 3rd down and 34 seconds to go.
I don't agree with that spike right there because you still have a lot of time left on the clock. I feel like you wasted a down right here. So if you don't convert here on 3rd down, I felt like you just wasted a down and kept yourself from potentially moving the ball forward.
4 receivers set on 3rd down. Slider, 5-step drop, throws down to the bottom. Oh, that one's incomplete. Hit his target in the hands. Gabe Manning couldn't haul that one in. Gerald, and we'll see Yuki back out on the field for field goal number 2.
And I think that's why in that situation you don't spike the ball because you need that extra down to potentially get more points on the board. But I know they're going to be happy to get some points out of here to close it down to just a 1-point lead if they make this field goal here. No doubt.
Field goal is right down the middle and true. 7 plays, 44 yards, 34 seconds off the clock. Listen, they're still trailing, but Gerald, 10 of their points have been off of turnovers so far. And boy, oh boy, is that a difference in a game. Last week when the Aztecs took on Bossier City, I think there was 27 points off turnovers in that one. I mean, it's just... Not only are you taking the ball away, but when you're able to capitalize off of that too, it's almost like a double whammy to your opponent. And, again, Lexington still trailing by a point, but if that sort of thing keeps on happening, it's going to be a tough task for Carolina to get this win.
See, and I don't know why Carolina, right? Look, it just doesn't kind of want to run the ball a little bit more because of Philadelphia Collins being out of the game, and maybe we'll get an injury update around halftime, just to see what his status is, with him, potentially coming back in the game. So, but it is kind of odd to just see, like, hey, look, that they haven't had the yardage, that Carolina has on their offense in Lexington, and they're only down 1 point right now.
South rolling out, gets sacked for a 7-yard loss. I don't know what he was really trying to do there, but the boogeyman was hot on his heels. That'll bring us to the half.
It was like he materialized out of the turf, the boogeyman did, and then just start running South down. Because he was the only one that was running. Everybody else had a hat on a hat, and when you see the boogeyman coming, he tried to run away just like anybody would, and then just gets thrown. I don't know why Matt South just didn't throw it away.
That'll bring us to the half. Carolina out in front, but barely. 14-13 here in Lexington. As we head to the halftime break, we'll see the first half snapshots and stats. Gerald, your thoughts on the game so far? It's been a tight one.
Yeah, it's been a tight one, not in a fashion you would think, right? That you'd actually have kind of two teams kind of battling it out offensively. What you have is one team turned the ball over twice, which amounts to 10 points for the other squad right there. Now we just have Carolina leading by 1, right? In this potential playoff type matchup they got going on, right? Lexington still fighting in it at home, and Carolina looking to possibly cement themselves into the playoff picture.
In Gerald Smith's Pretender Bowl, Riley Quintero, your halftime player of the game. We'll take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Injury update. Philadelphia Collins with the hyperextended shoulder is questionable to return, so we will keep an eye out for him to return to the field. We'll get the third quarter started. I am Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Michaela Foraker and Tyler Falk with us on stats. We've got Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL Studios, and break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. Kind of wondering if they'll come to the 2025 convention. They were at the convention last season. I know you weren't there for that night, but it was pretty cool watching them open those live.
I feel like I need to give them my money.
Well,
maybe I could score a humongous headliner.
Tom Brady.
I don't care if it's Tom Brady
or Patrick
Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the
Ocho Cinco.
All right, enough of that. So you saw the first half stats there. Carolina still doubling Lexington's total production, but Lexington, the one thing that wasn't on that list, points off turnovers, and Lexington plus 10 in that category, helping them stay in this one. Kenny Slider sliding around in the pocket, but goes down for a sack. Brought down in the backfield by May Carter. Third down and 11 coming up. Carter's fourth sack on the season.
Right, and he waited a little bit too late to try and break that pocket right there. It started kind of collapsing, got a little bit muddied up, and everything else got cut behind. And very good job by Shervon Prasad actually pancaking the offensive lineman to drop him right at Kenny Slider's feet so he couldn't go anywhere.
Slider up top, wide open at the 40-yard line. Connects with Gabriel Manning, who, Gerald, you pointed out in the first half, stats were really just not there. He only had 2 catches. That's his third catch, 46 total yards on the day for their number 1 wideout.
Yeah, and Kenny Slider, as I mentioned in our breakdown of the game, right? He has been one of the better quarterbacks in the league, staying interception free, positive, touchdown to interception ratio, and that's how you do it. You find those little pockets in the defense right there to hit your guy, and what better guy to throw to than Gabe Manning?
Yeah, James moves into the backfield, stays in to block. Slider throws over the middle, finds Gabe Manning. How do you leave him that wide open? Listen, they're going to leave him that wide open. They'll throw to him every time.
I mean, the guy literally is second in the league in catches with 66 and have over 1,000 receiving yards and leads the league in touchdown receptions, and you leave him like that wide open going over the middle. I don't know what happened. You just cannot do that at all.
Updated look at Slider's stats: 9 of 13, 116 yards.
I know we saw Philadelphia Collins, right? He's questionable to come back. But you know what I noticed that probably not very many people noticed?
What's that?
The college that Philadelphia Collins went to. Louisiana Tech. He better get off the bench and get in the game.
Whatever.
That's not how we roll.
Got a game update from SFL Studios. Cameron Irvine, take it away.
Thank you, Mike Daggs. Vancouver trying to spoil Arizona's chances of getting to 10 wins and getting a first-round bye. They, on that Sudo Nakai touchdown, lead 10-6 at the break. Just picked off Ashley Jackson for the first time. They are just hitting the half. Back to you in Lexington.
Thanks, Cam.
What is going on in this league right now?
Chaos. Chaos and uncertainty.
I can't bash Carolina without them winning afterwards.
Right.
The only thing it works on is Nashville.
Mm-hmm. And the only teams that Arizona loses to are teams with losing records?
That's not going to bode well for them in the playoffs.
No. Listen,
no, and those are divisional games.
Right. Slider. Rolling out right. Oh, brought down again. Just second time on this drive. He's just taken way too long in the pocket. And Shravan Prasad gets back there, gets the sack.
Look, and it's very possible why Kenny Slider's interceptions are down, and he's in a plus in interception to touchdown to interception ratio right there, because he's not senselessly throwing the ball. But young Kenny Slider, him being rookie, he needs to learn. Hey, when you roll out, you can throw that ball out of bounds as long as you get it past the line of scrimmage, to avoid a penalty, or don't wait too long to break the pocket and take off running.
Punt is away. Will fall down at about the 13-yard line. That is where Carolina will take back over on offense. They'll get their first crack at it here in the second half. Through the first half, Matt South, 9 of 16, about 140 yards. No touchdowns, 2 picks. Gerald, both picks cost him points.
10.
Got to take better care of that football. Nursing a 1-point lead here.
Yeah, and they're backed up inside their own 15. We're going to see how they're going to navigate their way out of this one.
South over the middle.
Oh!
Nearly picked off, and that would have been at his own 30-yard line. Wow.
I felt like it was too easy for Marco Swift to pick up. He went down to grab it and just, wow.
Riley Quintero on the season. He's a top 10 back, Gerald. He's top 5 in carries. He's 6th in rushing yards, number 1 in rushing touchdowns. Why are they throwing? South throws again.
Because of that.
Why not? Vince DeSantis, can he break through? Oh, tackled. The tight ends are only so fast, Gerald, but a huge pickup by the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and it looks like Lexington ended up bringing some sort of a heavy type blitz, and then they had man coverage, no safeties on the back end, and DeSantis grabs it and is able to mosey his way on by Marco Swift back there, and now it looks like a totally different type of drive now.
48 yards on the catch by the tight end, and they now decide to go back down to the ground. Harish Prasad with another carry, picks up 4, second down and 6.
It's kind of odd that now that they feel safe running the ball away from their own goal line. Usually it's the exact opposite, where you would run when you're backed up close to your own end zone. But hey, they throw themselves out of it. Now they say, hey, look, we can take our time and start running the ball.
Hey, you definitely would never be backed up inside your own 5-yard line and throw it 3 times in a row. That'd be ridiculous. You'd run it.
I've heard some lame team did that at some point.
Look at Quintero. Man, the moves on that just to get those 5 yards, but picks up the first down. Moves the chains for the Skyhawks.
Look, and this is a former wide receiver. Typically, wide receivers don't really translate really well going from catching the ball. A lot of receivers typically catch the ball and get down or get out of bounds, right? But Riley Quintero has made such a great transition from wide receiver to running back.
Five wide for the Skyhawks. South pirouettes and then throws to Prasad, who tries to one-hand catch it like Gabriel Manning. Can't do it though. Second down and 10.
Let's face it, Harish, you're not that cool.
Yeah. He's just not.
He's not that cool. That's a be right. He's just not that cool.
Two hands, Harish. Trips up top on second down. Lexington sends the blitz. South throws to the bottom and finds Chris Curtis. Been a little while since we called that name. He got the catch that time. Moves the chains.
And what was good about that is that they had actually a blitzing linebacker coming in right there, and he got cut at the legs. And what it amount to, you know, the running back cut him at his legs, knocked him down, allowed Matt South the extra time to be able to get the balls to his wide receiver, and now they're looking like they're going to, you know, put themselves up. I mean, they're inside the 15 right now.
11 of 20, 208 yards. South under pressure and decides to just get rid of it. I think that one ended up getting swatted down, but
yeah, Berto had ups right there.
Yeah, it was straight terrifying if I'm Matt South.
And big old 270-pound, 6'5" Berto Demora jumping up in your face.
Listen, their right tackle just whiffed. He didn't even get a finger on him. I don't even think he looked at him. South. Throws it right over the middle.
A penalty on it.
Oh, picked off. That is just crazy. Spikes, I think, with the INT on that one, filling in for Philadelphia Collins, who has still not come back. And, there he is. Yeah, Spikes gets the catch, gets the pick, and then gets face masked. The ball get placed on the 24-yard line.
Wow. Look, and this is the thing that's mind-boggling. Like, once you get down there, you have such very good running backs right now. You're not doing poorly in the run game, and you can actually hand it off to those guys and get yourself in a position to score, but they continue to throw. It's the second interception that they've actually had inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it is, and we'll see if this one results in points as well. 2nd down and 7.
We don't see what Kenny Slider's going to do, if he's actually going to, you know, figure out how to, if he drops back, how to run a lot earlier or throw the ball out of bounds or something.
Slider,
bad pass.
Yes. Mostly, yes, it was. 3rd down and 7.
There's no other explanation for it. That was just really bad. But the amount of people Carolina put on that line was ridiculous, and he just got, I guess, a little bit scared seeing all the people they put in the box against it.
3rd down and 7 for the Miners. Slider up top, and that one's almost picked off as well. Tip drill, but incomplete, trying to get it to Alexander West. And Carolina comes out of this turnover unscathed. They'll get the ball back.
I tell you what, I don't think that ball was going to Alexander West. I think it was going to Gabe Manning along the sideline, and guess what? Had they not got ups and knocked it down, I think Gabe Manning grabs it with some toe drag swag and picks up the 1st down. Very good defensive stop right there by Carolina.
Matt South coming back out onto the field at the quarterback position. 15 interceptions on the season coming into tonight's game. That's 14th in the league, so middle of the pack, but already 3 in this one in a game that Carolina desperately wants to win. They want to get to that 7th win on the season. They got 2 games left to do it. You know, they'd love to be able to get to 8 wins, potentially win the East Division and get the best record I think that you said they've ever had.
8 wins.
8 and 4,
eight wins. If they get to 8 wins, that's going to be the best finishing regular season record that they have ever had in franchise history.
Yeah, this franchise, storied franchise all the way back to season 1 is the Kailua Wyverns. But in that time since season 1, they've posted 2 seasons with winning records. Back in season 11 and season 20, they got 7 and 5. Certainly looking to potentially get better than that. But wow, that's not a way to go about it. David Ware nearly intercepted the pitch and would have taken that to the house.
He come right off the edge. It's like he knew what was coming. He tried to grab it, but grabbed a whole lot of Raleigh Quintero instead. Comes around.
Matt South, he's going to run. Does he get the first? No, he's 2 yards shy. This Lexington defense has been stout all night. Off of the 3 interceptions, they've had a pick 6, a field goal, and then, of course, a 3 and out on their last interception. But now the defense does not allow Carolina to even make it into Lexington territory. And Lexington will get the ball back after this Malone Brown punt. Tops down at the 9. He'll field it and get it up to the 11. Gabriel Manning with a 2-yard return.
So I don't know why you would catch that. Maybe you catch it because you're Gabe Manning, but like I would literally, if I had a young player on my team and he caught that, I'm like, look, bro,
don't do that again.
Yeah, don't do that. We're gonna
cut you.
Oh, we'll do more than that. We'll just put him in a swamp for a few hours.
To the swamps you go. Slider hands this one off to Phoenix Jones. Picks up 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 as we get an updated look at the team stats. Hey, how many likes do we have on this video? It's not enough, no matter how many it could possibly be. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can make sure your notifications are on so you don't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action. Help the channel grow through your support. 18 first downs to 7 for Carolina. That's pretty wild. Slider throws off his back foot and finds Gabe Manning up at the 36. Unbelievable.
This is what happens when you are a rookie quarterback and you have Gabe Manning on your team. He's throwing back at stage. He says, I know Gabe is over there at somewhere.
He's over there somewhere.
I'm throwing it, and I know he'll make his best attempt to catch it, and he did. What a way to get themselves. And they're kind of approaching midfield now after that big, long, awkward, blind throw from Kenny Slider.
When it works, it works. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Slider throws to the top, tries to get it back to Gabe Manning once again. That one hit his back, falls incomplete, 2nd down.
So if you're Gabe Manning, how are you going to catch the one you just caught?
And then let that bounce off you?
But miss that one. He's probably like, nah, man, I wasn't ready for it. You're supposed to go at somebody else. You know how the receivers be going back down and say, dude, that wasn't supposed to come to me.
I thought I was blocking on that play. 2nd down and 10 from the 37. West in motion.
Is that Gabe Manning in the backfield? It is.
Slider tries to go that way, but gets West instead. Yeah, see, Gabe was blocking on that one.
Yeah.
West with the first down.
I really do think they used Gabe Manning as a decoy running right out of the backfield because you can tell like a lot of people were paying a lot more attention to him than Alexander West right there, and it left a little sliver of opportunity right there for him to be able to pick it up.
Yeah, looking for possible mismatches too, getting Gabe Manning paired up against a linebacker. Like he needs a mismatch to be successful. But
he is the mismatch, no matter who's on him.
Slider over the middle again. That one's nearly intercepted. Mojo McClain gets his hands on it. Can't secure the ball though. 2nd down.
Mojo just didn't have exactly what his name is, some mojo on that one to bring it in because look, and that could have got the momentum back in Carolina's hands because even though Carolina's winning right now, I don't think they have the momentum right now. Seeing all the turnovers they had, have had and everything else that's kind of stunted their drives.
Still anyone's ball game, 1-point game here with a minute left to go in the 3rd quarter. Slider rolls out under pressure, throws an interception. Danny Stinson with the pick, and finally Carolina has one go their way, their first turnover of the ball game.
And just as I was criticizing, Kenny Slider for holding on to the ball and not running, and say, hey, sometimes you might just have to take a sack. Guess what he does? He actually throws the ball senselessly in the middle of the field. That's one place you don't throw it, as you're taught as a young quarterback. If you're going to throw away, don't throw it in the middle of the field because there's nothing but trouble there. He throws it right in the center of the field. Stinson picks it off, and here we go.
And here we go. Matt South says one good pick deserves another, perhaps. He's back out on the field throwing. Throws into double coverage. Hey, come on, man. I'm just asking. What, Quintero is right there.
And he's an extremely good running back right now. I mean, he's 6th in the league in rushing.
50% completion percentage right now for South with 3 picks, 211 yards. Quintero with 16 carries. I'm going to say he's only got 1 here in the second half. South avoids a sack and connects over the middle. He says, this is why I throw. Vince DeSantis gets the catch, gets the first down. Not how I saw that one playing out.
No, it comes. I think it was that spikes coming right off the edge in He's in there because Philadelphia Collins is still on the sideline for some lame injury, and he wasn't able to get the sack, and now it allows Matt South to avoid the sack and actually get himself enough time to find his receiver and reset the downs again, and now in Lexington territory right here. That play should have not happened.
Wade Phillips in the chat says, Jiminy Cricket. He was just so excited or disturbed. I'm not sure which one. South runs again, fumbles the ball.
They got the ball.
Turns over the ball to Lexington. No, Gerald, I was going to call that interception, that slider through, a possible momentum shifter for Carolina, but I stopped short of doing it, and I guess I'm glad I did because the ball's right back in Lexington's hands.
And what the awareness by the defense of Lexington to strip the ball. J-Rock goes in there, and as Matt South is trying to slide, he punches the ball out, and his teammates is able to fall on him. Matt South himself has 4 turnovers this game.
3 picks, 1 lost fumble, and Lexington trailing by a point, right back in it now. They got to take care of the ball, though. Slider throwing an interception on his last pass. He'll go right back to the air, throws it over the middle, finds Gabe Manning, and picks up an 8-yard gain. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. And, yeah, hey, normally we say put up your 4s, 12s, 68s, 86s, and such. Put Amanda Varner's name in the chat for our boy Shan tonight. Third quarter in the books. 10 minutes remains here from Lexington. Watching this SFL on YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Gerald Smith. We've got Tyler Falk. We've got Michaela Forker with us on stats. Cameron Irvine is our producer at SFL Studios. Phoenix Jones picking up where he left off.
And he gets a very, very good run right here as well, right? Being able to pick up that first down. And did he get to midfield? He's just passed right here. Now they are in Carolina territory, and getting themselves a mosey on down right here.
Ball is handed off to Deion James. Haven't seen much of him yet in this one, but if Lexington can reclaim the lead, might see a lot more of him as the fourth quarter continues to roll on. Danny Stinson, 5 tackles, and of course, an interception on the last drive. Slider rolls out, nearly throws another interception. That one is batted away, incomplete. Ibari Aman Eglin getting his hands on it. Third down.
He just didn't have enough loft on the ball, arc or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, you got to drop it in the bucket. You can't throw a line drive and you don't want to hit the bucket. You want to drop it in the bucket. You need a little bit of arc on that. If he got that done, I think he catches it.
Slider has time, clean pocket, throws and connects for the first down. Getting it out to Phoenix Jones again, his second deep catch down the field.
Wow, he's actually doing stuff, running really good routes right out of the backfield. And it was a contested catch right there, too, so it wasn't easy for him to be able to bring that ball. And he gets his hands on it, and he actually takes a shot to the ribs by Danny Stinson and still hauls it in, and they're marching.
Update from Vancouver, third quarter's almost over, and that one, Arizona has reclaimed the lead, 13-10. They're up now over the Vancouver Legion. Legion in possession of the football. First down and 10 here. Deion James gets the carry, picks up 4, second and 6.
I always wonder what a Legion is. Legion is a group of people.
I know it is, but I can't hear or think anything other than Legion. So
the cut?
Yeah, I just picture a guy with all these gashes and stuff. This is not good. I know. Listen. Slider all the way to the end zone. Overthrows his target, trying to get it out to CJ Parrish, a name we haven't said a whole lot. That one's incomplete. I don't know. Vancouver Legion, I just think of a guy covered in sores. So it's just
That is totally not what I was thinking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what?
I don't know what else I can say.
I'm
Third
dying
down,
over
yeah.
here trying to stop from laughing. It's crazy.
Third down efficiency. Lexington only 4 of 10. Carolina doing quite well in that category. Slider throws up top deep, and that one's incomplete. And just on the edge of field goal range. I'm not sure if Malone Brown can kick this one from here.
He had his hands on it,
Excuse
too.
me, Yuki. And they will, they're going to come out to punt. So the other Yuki, Itachi Yuki, will be on to punt now for Lexington.
I don't know. I think I would have I would have had to try that right there. That would have been about a 50-yarder.
Yeah, it's about a 50. But well, that was dangerous.
Harish almost
whiffed.
Killed the game for his own squad.
It would have been the season long for Takeda Yuki. He's got a 47-yarder on the season. The turnover bug biting Carolina. Nearly turned that one over on the muffed punt.
Oh, again, flip.
Well, I said nearly turned it over.
He's returning it again.
All the way to the end zone. 2 pick sixes. Lexington reclaims the lead on a defensive touchdown again.
Just when you didn't want this to happen, he throws across his body, and a guy that's in double coverage, I don't know who that he's thrown to, very likely could have been Chase Earl, and it was. And Heslip steps in front of him and picks it off and takes it in the end zone. I don't know why you keep picking on this man.
Yeah, that is absolutely wild. Nate Heslip. 2 pick sixes. He had none coming into the game. He only had 5 interceptions on the whole season. Carolina Skyhawks offense tonight, 326 yards. That's great, right? 9 and 10 on third down. That's great. 19 first downs. That's awesome. 5 turnovers, Gerald, and they're losing.
5 turnovers.
17 points off turnovers?
17 points off turnovers. Those alone are more than what Carolina has scored.
Yeah.
2 pick sixes, 2 defensive touchdowns have scored exactly as much as Carolina has tonight.
Right. You see the updated lower third. Carolina's offense is outscoring Lexington's offense 14-6. It's those pick sixes that have, made the difference on the scoreboard for Lexington, fighting for their playoff lives. But let's face it, so's Carolina. We're talking about Carolina potentially being able to win the East Division. They also potentially might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, and they can't do it. They can't win the East if they lose this game.
They cannot.
Here.
No, they cannot.
And 7-5, look, they have a tremendous strength of victory. So if at 7-5, their odds of getting in are really good. But I don't think you want to chance that at all. Because, look, if they lose their last 2 games, they lose this week, and if they lose next week, they're at 6-6. And I don't think they get you in. I don't care how strong your strength of victory is. I don't think a 6-win team reaches the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you got to have it at least 7 wins. Hattori Hanzo with a nice block for Harish. Third down in inches coming up. They'll need to keep this drive going. Now listen, even with all these turnovers and all this craziness, they're still only down 6 points. It's a 1-score game, plenty of time on the clock. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Hanzo slides to the right. They go to the right. Quintero with the first down pickup. Drive keeps on going for Carolina.
Yeah, and the only thing it just seems a little bit weird. It seems like Carolina has lost the momentum way back in the second quarter, right? And when they were kind of struggling, they haven't done a whole lot since then in terms of doing anything at all. And it feels like, God, what was that thrown to?
Well, that just it terrified every Carolina fan. I'm guaranteeing you that. But Chris Curtis got the catch, picks up 9.9 second inches.
But it just seems like Carolina does not have the momentum that Lexington had. Lexington said, yeah, you can go up and down the field, but you're going to make a mistake and we'll capitalize on it. And they have 5 times.
Second down and inches. Bottled up behind the line. No gain on the play for Quintero. Third down coming up.
And this is a really, really huge third down. And look at the way Carolina converts.
Yeah, I mean they've only missed one. It was
so
probably,
like
it was probably one of the picks.
Right, and if you don't give it to Riley Quintero here, like I don't know what you're thinking on the sideline.
They do indeed hand it to Quintero. He'll easily pick up that first down. Now here's an interesting prospect. What are the odds they take 5 minutes, 20 seconds off the clock, get a touchdown, and win on an extra point on this drive?
Not really trying to toot anybody's own horn, but I know a team that actually had an over 7.5 minute drive to actually kill the clock at one of their wins this season.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Aztecs?
So, no.
Harish Prasad runs it up top, picks up 2.
But it very much is possible for them to do this because they don't look like they're in a whole lot of rush right now, which I think this is the way they should have done all their drives before, because they were leading up until recently. That pick 6, they were leading. There was no reason to force throws or anything else. You have Riley Quintero and Harish who are running the ball extremely well.
Yeah, keep on running it. 5-yard gain by Quintero sets up a third down and 3. I did look back too. It was not an interception. Their one and only unconverted third down. They had a 3 and out early on, second drive of the second half. South throwing and completing it. First down and 10 from the 10. Chris Curtis in double coverage.
They have me sitting here asking why when you're running the ball for about 4 yards a pop on this drive. And what Miles South does, drops it back, throws a strike right in between 2 defenders. And who's he still picking on? Nate Heslip as well.
Yep.
No fear at all in Matt
None.
South. He don't care where he's throwing it. He's giving his guys an opportunity to make plays, and they are.
There's a guy that's not concerned about stats, just points, and he's trying to get those points. Ball spotted at the 11. They'll go back down to the ground. Running the ball, Quintero gets a 7-yard pickup. Second down and 3. 12-13 now on
They have
third down.
more
It's crazy.
first downs than the Lexington offense score points. They actually doubled it up.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
And second down and 3. Harish Prasad spins. Oh, Harish should have kept on running, but he spun. Third down and 1.
They didn't have to spin right there. And now it's 3rd and 1. And we're going to see what they're going to do because we're approaching like 3 minutes right here. They need like, if you don't pick this up, which they very well should, because they got, a high quality back there, but just stay away from the boogeyman.
DeSantis moves to the top of the screen. I formation in the backfield. They hand it off. Quintero gets the first down, but nothing more. First down and goal. The clock continues to run. Fresh set of downs for the Skyhawks.
And you heard them on the sideline. They can't stop us. I don't know why they can't stop the run. They haven't really stopped the run game all that well. I don't know why you wouldn't. Why would you stop running at this point?
13 of 14 on third downs. Got to be frustrating to the Lexington defense. They're nursing their 6-point lead here, which is gone. Touchdown Skyhawks, and we have a tie ball game.
Yeah, and guess what it is? Again, you have right here untouched, easy running right here for Riley Quintero. This is why he actually leads the league in scoring touchdowns. Why he gets close there and he just dives right in, not chancing or nothing like that. He now has, 14 touchdowns on the season. That's his 3rd touchdown today on the ground.
24 first downs have been gained by Carolina in this one. 13 of them have come on third downs. And another long, methodical drive. 13 plays, 70 yards, plenty of time chewed off the clock. Carolina retakes the lead over Lexington, and we got a 1-point ball game, 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Lexington gets the ball back, but can their offense get them down into field goal range?
And that's something I just don't know. But this is something I have to mention because I don't think Philadelphia Collins has come back into the game yet. And him not being there in that linebacking core could have, allowed those extra few yards on each run from Carolina, right? They're really good. Like I said, as a unit, they lead. They're pretty high. They lead the actual SFL in tackles for losses. They play the line of scrimmage really well.
Wow, Phoenix Jones breaks through one tackle, but can't break through two. Tackle for a loss by Danny Stinson. That will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Carolina 21, Lexington 20. Got a great ball game here, Gerald. Great finish coming up. Still 13-10 over in Vancouver. Although Vancouver's in possession of the football. And just outside the 10-yard line. Ready to at least tie that one back up. If not reclaim the lead in Vancouver. They'll stick to the ground here, Gerald, as they want to play it a little bit safe. 3rd down and 10.
I don't know what they were trying to do right there, because they didn't fool anybody.
They'll throw here. 4 wide receiver set with trips to the top. This is trusting their run game. Slider rolls out left, throws back. Oh, he gets it to Jones, but it bounces off his hands. Gerald, we've seen him make several of those catches tonight. He had another opportunity there, wide open, can't do it. And with all 3 timeouts, Lexington's going to punt this one.
I don't think that's a bad decision at all. It's 4th and 10. You have all 3 timeouts right there, but Phoenix Jones cannot drop. What are you doing?
It's a fake. Can he get the first?
Oh no, he got it!
Holy crap! He got the first down. That is insane.
I'm yelling at him, what are you doing? It's the worst possible type of fake punt you can do.
Steven Davis gets the first down.
What is going on right here?
Pandemonium.
That's gutsy.
That's more than gutsy. I can't even say it on air. Slider over the middle. That one's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Minute 6 to go. And Vancouver just took the lead over in that game. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to go. Vancouver scores a touchdown. They'll have a 4-point lead over Arizona.
I don't know what to think of that fake punt. That was terrible.
That was insane is what it was. Slider up top, wide open.
What a catch.
And in Carolina territory, great catch by Alexander West. Inside 1 minute now in Carolina territory. You got Takeda Yuki on the sideline starting to do stretches.
I don't know what to think about that darn fake punt.
Bro, that was like,
I was looking at Halo.
That was 40 yards ago, man. We got to move on.
I'm just like, man, it was such a gutsy call right there. That very well could have won in this game.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it plays out. Slider hands this one off. Getting bottled up. 33 seconds to go.
I don't know what we're doing here. Like, what are we doing? It's 20 seconds. Call a timeout, run a hurry up or something like that.
25 seconds.
Wow, this is terrible clock management right now.
20 seconds.
And why are you waiting to change the play just to run it?
Slider standing there. Hands the ball off again.
Call timeout.
12 seconds and a timeout finally called.
That was well over 20 seconds wasted. And they're not far from field goal range right here. That was a terrible, terrible sequence at all. Get yourself 10 yards and get ready for a field goal here.
Still 2 timeouts in their pocket. 11 seconds on the clock. Slider to throw. Can he get in field goal range? He does.
Oh, wow.
6 seconds. Timeout called. Yuki coming out onto the field.
So are they going to, or is he coming out? Are we sure about this? They've done strange things like faking a punt.
Yeah,
and they're going for the field goal right
44-yard field goal try to reclaim the lead once again.
It's for their playoff hopes.
For the whole season, can they get it from the right hash? The snap is good. The kick is good. It's on its way, and it is good! Lexington reclaims the lead 23-21 with 2 seconds to go.
What a sequence of events. I cannot believe this whole series
Off the fake
for them,
punt.
off a fake punt to somebody that you've never heard of. They pulled him off the practice squad, so we just need somebody to do
Stephen
this play.
Davis with the fake punt.
And he ran for like 13 yards,
Oh, he
got
sure
a
did.
first down. And then they had terrible clock management and still somehow able to get themselves in field goal range and actually score.
4th down conversion successful in Arizona.
Wow.
They stay alive. They're still trying to work their way back down the field. What a crazy sequence of games.
And this is crazy. And with this thing right here, Carolina now has lost. They have no opportunity to win the East with the loss right here. And Lexington, who I called a pretender before the game, apparently that motivated them to actually show them that Carolina's maybe the pretender. Maybe they're the contender. They finished the season 7-5.
Yeah, absolutely. They sure did. That was their final game of the regular season. Now it's a wait and see. Do they make it into the playoffs? Carolina is officially not able to win the East. Finally, some clarity in the East that knocks out all the other possibilities. Florida has secured the East. They don't even need to win later on this weekend, but they do indeed win the East. The final in this one, Lexington 23, Carolina 21. Gerald, your final thoughts on this absolutely amazing game?
Well, I think it puts Carolina in a tough spot going into their final game of the season in terms of they ended up winning this game right here. They can get themselves almost solidify themselves with their strength of victory, but they lose this game, they're in danger of going to 6-6 and missing the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so I mean that was the thing that we were saying earlier on, right? Carolina had the potential to win the East. They also have the potential to get knocked out altogether. They're one step closer to being knocked out. We'll have to see how their season finishes up. They will end their season next week at home. They'll be hosting the 4-7 Indianapolis Ramblers. That's it from us here in Lexington. Wow, what a game. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Final score, Lexington wins it 23-21. For Gerald Smith, Michaela Foraker, Tyler Falk, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who is always with me in spirit, I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy, everybody. Have a great night. Tune in to Arizona, Vancouver going on right now. It's a great one as well.